All right. Welcome to the final drive, COFL final season. No, sorry, final week of season 11. Sorry, just got in. Final week. We are 4 days left in the season. Great season so far. Great amount of games played. There's always a couple that are struggling. Just because, life gets in the way and things like that. But glad to have everybody here. And let me start with, well, first off, what am I trying to do here? All right, so if any of you are not subscribed to the COFL networks 1 and 2, please go and subscribe to them. We're also on Facebook at the COFL, spelled THECOFL. We're on Instagram as the COFL, and we are on Twitter as the COFL. Oh man, we are things are getting tight in these playoff races, and I feel like I say this every year, but I don't remember it being this tight. That's what she said. I'm going to start off with probably one of the greatest runs I've ever seen in COFL history. Let's take a look at this. It's Eagles versus Panthers. Panthers are fighting for their playoff lives. They're 6-6, and the Eagles are 6-4. So it's 9-7. The Eagles are up. Eagles are up 9-7 with 1:13 left in the fourth quarter. And Quantu Saucy's the Panthers, and she's the Eagles. Let's see what happens here. This is one of the best runs I've ever seen. Or runs after catches. Just watch. Whoop! 2 jukes. Then he breaks the tackle. I mean, that's epic. Let's watch that again. I mean, this run here could get them into playoffs. Right here. This run right here could get Quantu Saucy in the playoffs. Alright, does the check down. Juke. Turns on the Jets. He's got one man to beat. Breaks a tackle, doesn't go out of bounds, scores. That's epic. So they now are 7-6, and Quantu Saucy is not out of the playoffs. I think at one point he was 2-5. Alright, so let's get down to brass tacks here, boys. It is 4 days away from the playoffs. 4 days. 4 more days until the COFL playoffs begin. We're going to start in the AFC. What's funny is that the AFC was crazy for the first 3 weeks. And now in the fourth and final week, the AFC is kind of, it's not set, but it's less confusing than the NFC. The NFC, I think, let me take a real quick look. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 teams fighting for 6 spots. Alright? Before it was like, I remember saying there's only going to be, the 6 teams that you see are going to be the 6 teams that are in. Things have changed. As always, anyone that's listening, you can tag me on GroupMe, ask me a question, or you can type it in the YouTube chat, and I will talk to you. Alright, so, let's do this. Okay. So the AFC, you got, see, look at this right here. So you got these 3 teams right here. You got Baltimore, Tennessee, and Oakland. Josh, JT, and Fitty. 10-4, 10-4, 10-5. One of these, I mean, any of these teams can be a 1 and 2 seed. You could have JT lose his next 2 to Fitty and Big Daddy and drop all the way to the 3 seed. There's still a lot. I know it's 4 days left, and there's still a lot that can happen. Personally, I think JT, he'll go. I think he's going to split. I think he's going to go 11-5. I'm not sure who he's going to beat or who he's going to lose to. He's got Fitty and Big Daddy. So I'm going to say JT is 11-5. Now Josh, he's letting this He's letting this slip away. Let's take a look at him real quick. Let me see how this looks here. It's still blurry. Josh is letting this slip, fellas. So he is 10-4, and he's got Booby and Keller. Keller beat him. I'd say he's going to split these. I think he's going to go 11-5. I think Baltimore's going to go 11-5. And then Fitty. Nobody beats JT 2 times in one season except Nate. So I think Fitty, Oakland is going to lose to JT. So I think Oakland's going to go 10-6. But that'll get them in the playoffs. Then you got BK 7-4. He's got 5 games left. Remember, guys, if you don't get these games in, they're going to be ties or forfeit losses, and you're going to lose draft spots. I think I've said this like 8 times already. He's got J. Miles twice. Come on. Jesus. Still. Then he's got Nasty Nate, and then he's got ZZ. I think he's going to go 10-6. So he'll go 10-6. Him and his cover 3 beater play. Puff Daddy, 7-5. So right now, in my opinion, these 4 are going to be in the playoffs. Colts, Raiders, Titans, Ravens. So where things get interesting is the 5th and 6th seed, where you got Kansas City, Cleveland, and Pittsburgh, and New England. All right? He's out. Big Daddy could still get in, but he needs to go 9-7. So he needs to win 3-4, which he can. But as of now, I'm not really going to count him as in. Pup Daddy was 7-3, and now he's 7-5, so he's feeling the heat. He is feeling the heat, and he's feeling it hard. Texas Snake, let me take a look at him real quick. He's 8-6. He's got Nate and J. Miles. Those are 2 tough games. I think he's going to go 9-7. Pittsburgh's already 9-7. Yeah, I remember doing this last week. There's going to be I think all 4 of these teams probably will go 9-7. And it's going to be one wild tiebreaker, I'll tell you that much. So Pup Daddy at 7-5. Let me see who Pup Daddy's got. Lons, J. Miles, Page. I think Pup Daddy has an epic collapse and goes 8-8. And I don't think he'll make the playoffs. And then you got Paige. Paige is 7-6. She lost to BK, which I thought she would. She's got PJN. She'll win 8-6. She's got Booby. That's a tough one. She's got Pup Daddy. I think she's going to go 9-7. So right there, you're going to have New England, Cleveland, and Pittsburgh all 9-7. So those 3 teams, it's going to come down to a tiebreaker. We'll figure that tiebreaker out for another time. Let's check out some stats in the AFC. JT he's put in a lot of stats, so you guys should all thank him for doing your stats. Look at passing yards. So Big Ben through 11 games has 1,500 yards. He's got 5 touchdowns and 23 interceptions. Look at this. This is why passing, this is out of control. And it's not so much us, it's just all Madden. It is what it is. But if we put it on All Pro, it'd be Cheese Fest USA. You'd have guys like Big Daddy just finding ways to cheese his way through the system. You know, that's why there's rules in society, because of people like Big Daddy. All right? So look at this. 5-23, 7-25, 7-12, 7-11, 3-26, 2-17, 5-11. There's only one guy, Joe Flacco, that has more touchdowns than interceptions. That is insane. Where's JT the Butt Boy? There he is, 7-11. Ooh, Phillip Rivers, Nate, 10 interceptions. Man, why even throw the ball? It's crazy. Let's check out some rushing stats. Rushing yards, we have a 1-in-1,000. Derrick Henry, averaging 7 yards a carry. Let's check out this guy's game-by-game stats here. Wow, he's putting up some numbers. 198 against Lons, 254 against ZZ. No, he played, yeah, that doesn't count. He played Golden Tours who ended up quitting. 133, look at this. JT is giving you guys the blueprints of how to win in the COFL. He does it every year. Look at these carries. 15, 14, 21, 14, 20, 18. So let's take a look at some of these games that he lost and how many times he ran the ball. And then we'll get back to the stats. Let me take a look here, fellas. Give me 1 second. So JT lost to Jake. How many times did he run the ball? No stats entered. Good job, Jake. Against the Vikings, he lost. See how many times he ran the ball. Jesus Christ, league lineup. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, well, it doesn't want to show me. Let's take a look at Big Daddy, how many times he ran the ball. Oh my god, this is just an epic failure. Alright, never mind about that. Let's go back to some stats. Let me take a look here. How do the Texans only have 1 game of stats? Some kind of order. Oh, that's crazy. And I entered those stats. Anyways. Le'Veon Bell just grinding away here. Let's check out some receiving stats. Antonio Brown, 40-7, 43. Receiving stats just... It's so hard to pass the ball. You know, receiving stats, it's tough. You know? I can't believe they made it this hard to pass the ball in this game this year. And I get it because passing is like the best way to cheese. But man, is it just... It is what it is. Anyways, let's take a quick look at some all-time leaders for those of you who have never looked at this stuff. So we keep track of stats, and we have all-time leaders. So passing completions, you know, whatever. Let's check out passing yards. This was, what's his name? DB's cousin has the passing record. Jesus. 3,332 yards. And it'll tell you the Madden year, so 2017. So as you can see, 2018 hasn't been that good in passing. Jake with the Rams, I remember that. Let's check out passing touchdowns. Dak with the record 28. Alex Smith had 20. Oh, Dak and Alex Smith both had 28. Let's check out some rushing yard. All-time rushing yard leader in a season, Kareem Hunt. Kareem the Dream. Almost 2,600 yards. And then Devonta Freeman, 2,200. Wow, a lot of 2018s in here. So if you guys are ever bored, you can go to results on the... Just click on standings on the COFL.com. And you click on stats and schedules. And then you just click on a conference. And then they'll take you here and you go to standings, click all-time leaders. Let's go to the NFC and check out playoff picture. And then we're going to check out some videos and film, and I'll talk shit about everybody and go from there. All right, so Jake is taking his reign at the top at 10-2. Only giving up 112 points with the vaunted Chicago Bears defense. Get the fuck out of here. Giving up 10 points a game. Then you got Owen, 9-2. He is still a fraud, in my opinion. I know it's a heavy word. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but until he wins a playoff game, he'll be something. But D-Rob, 8-3. D-Rob, folks, D-Rob at Wednesday of week 4, meaning there's 4 days left in the season. He's 8-3 and he's the 3 seed. He goes, you know what, Prez? I think I'm out of nowhere at like 7:15 in the morning. This guy tanked last year, and if he tells you otherwise, he's lying. And I'm going to show you some film as to how he tanked. It may take me a minute, so bear with me. But this guy tanked last year to get a top pick, gets the Vikings. He's 8-3, kicking butt, he's taking names, and he says, you know what? I didn't take my meds this morning. Let me just send a random bipolar text message and say that I'm not going to be out anymore. So it took me one sentence to say, hey, don't quit. And he's like, okay, I'm playing. Anyways, moving on. Lay, 7-4. Lay on the struggle bus. Was it 7-2? Dropped his last 2. Is now 7-4 and is the 5 seed. If he drops any more, which I don't think he will because his schedule is very favorable, he's not in any harm unless he just completely falls off the wagon. So these five are in. Now the 6 seed, 6, yeah. And let me take a look at Lay's schedule real quick. So Lay, it's 7-4. He's got PJ and he'll win 8-4. He's got PJ and again 9-4. He's got Robin 10-4. He's got Aaron 11-4. He's got Hirsch. So let's say he goes 11-5. He'll go 11-5, in my opinion. And then you got Hirsch. Hirsch is 7-5. Hirsch he's got a tough remaining schedule. 7-5. He's got D-Rob. Like, none of these games are easy. Yeah, he could legit lose all these games. I think Hirsch is going 9-7. And that's just because his schedule's tough. Then you got DB at 6-5. So right now it's Arizona, Seattle, Philly, New Orleans, and Carolina all fighting for the 6th seed. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 5 teams fighting for 1 seed. Wow. I don't think Aaron gets in. He's 6-5. I don't think he gets in. I'm going to count him out. I think he's going to go like 8-8. Or he might get a tie or something in there, but I don't think he gets in. Then you got Quantu Saucy at 7-6. He's got DC, who's good. He's got Aaron he'll beat, so he'll go 8-6. He's got DC twice. Huge games. Let's say he splits. I'm going to say Carolina goes 9-7. Then we have Sheed 6-5. So Sheed, you have to get all your games in, because if you don't, they're forfeit losses. Because for 2 weeks you went MIA. So don't think you're getting any freebies. So he's 6-5. He's got DC twice. Hirsch, Jake, DB. He'll go 9-7. Wow. And then we have DB at 6-5, running his 4-wide cheese mud plays. Jesus, guys, these are week 1 games. What the fuck? 6-5. I think he will go 7-5, 7-6, 8-6, 9-6. I think DB goes 10-6, but he could go 9-7, but I think he goes 10-6. So you're going to have, I think DB gets in as that 6th seed. And he'd probably play. See, that's why it's huge to get a bye, because you're going to have to play some tough teams here in the NFC. Whether you're a first round bye, second round, or first round 1 seed or 2 seed, I mean. Man, the NFC is tough. You got, let's just say that the playoffs ended the way they are now. So you'd have D-Rob versus DB, and then you'd have Ratchet versus Lay. Wow. And then the winner, say DB beats D-Rob, he'd play Jake in the second round, with Owen playing the winner of Ratchet and Lay, which I think would be Ratchet. And I think DB beats Jake. And then I think you'd have Ratchet versus DB. And then I don't know. So as I was talking about before, D-Rob tries to tell everybody that he didn't tank last season. He says, Prez, I didn't tank. Well, this is why we stream every game, because as they say in the world of cameras, the eye in the sky don't lie. So let me just find this real quick. It was Bears versus Cardinals, Chicago versus Arizona. And the reason why I remember this is because if D-Rob Arizona wins, I get the bye in the NFC. And needless to say, that didn't happen because D-Rob tanked. There it is, right here. So it's a great game. It is, let me get it on the big screen for you. So it's 14-13 Chicago with 2 minutes left. Let me scoot up here. So 44 seconds left, first and goal. First and goal, right? Chip shot field goal. Look how close he is. He is on the 8-yard line. And he runs the ball, gets tackled. He's probably thinking, what am I going to do here? So we got 34 seconds. Now we got 19 seconds. Alright, so I paused it. We got 9 seconds left. It's 14-13. He's on the 3-yard line, folks. So this is a 5 yards, so 8 plus another one. I think the end zone 7 yards. This is a 15-yard field goal. 15-yard field goal. If he makes this, I get the first round bye going into the playoffs. All right, I'll let you guys watch it. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, can we watch this again? His excuse was the controller slipped or he hit it too early. If he hit it too early, it would have went wide right. He aimed it to be right there. He aimed it to be right there. Sandbagging son of a bitch. At least admit it. At least admit it. Look at that. Unbelievable. Let me see if Jake has done any stats. And Jake hasn't really done any stats. So there were some great games last night. Let's take a look at them. Nate, who is the Los Angeles Chargers, literally blew 2 games. Said, I don't want them. I don't want to win. I think he was up 10-0 against Oakland. Oakland's fighting for their playoff lives. Let me just skip ahead here. So, holy shit. So it's 10-0 with 1:54 in the third. And then 2 minutes later, let's see if it happens here. So 10-0, David Carr, slant. All right, big hit, nothing. Let's check it out here. Let's see if this is. No, it's right here. All right. Nice ball, kid. Let's take a look and see how this play develops. I love watching some film here. All right, so 1st and 10. He's on LA's 22. Oh, yeah, this is cover 2 all over. So cover 2, you got 2 safeties high. You can always look and see how the corners are facing. If they're facing up, it's either man. Actually, this could be man. Could not be cover 2, but I think it's cover 2. If he runs man, he's an asshole. But I'm assuming it's cover 2. With cover 2, the safeties are going to be playing, if you guys can see my mouse, they're going to be playing, this guy's got this deep half, this guy's got this deep half. So the flaw is that the middle is going to be wide open. All right, so even if this guy crosses this safety's face and nobody is over here, okay, he's still going to kind of stay over here and give up the middle. It's kind of ridiculous, but it is what it is. So JT once taught me that you have to use this guy and cover the middle, or else it's going to be a touchdown every time. So let's see what happens. All right, David Carr drops back the pass. All right, so you see this? Yeah, so looks like they're in, let's see, I can't really see. So this guy looks like he's going to do a post. He's going to get the flat, so this guy's going to drop to the flat. Let's see what he does, all right? Because clearly, well, not clearly yet, because let's just see what he does. All right, so he's starting to cross this safety's face. And Fitty sees that. Fitty's like, oh my God, look at all this room. Because this guy's got to occupy these 2. So what he's doing right now, he's got to be back here. This Nate, your user in this middle linebacker, you got to be back here covering this. Look at all that open space. All right? Look at that, wide open. Nate's over here tickling this guy's butt. This guy's wide open because this safety's got to get him, and this safety has to worry about if he's going to do a corner or if he's going to do a post. And what does that do? It leads to a touchdown. Raiders are back in the game. All right, let's see how they got back in it. So it's 10-7. All right, 1:36 left in the third. All right, Chargers get the ball. All right, let's take a look here. Looks like cover 3, 1 safety high. He looks like he's in. So he's 5 wide. So probably in dime. So probably 3-2 or I don't know. We'll see. Let's just see how this happens. So Nate's probably right here looking at this guy. He's looking for the slants. But this guy's going to let the X receiver here go. And so he's going to jump anything in front of him. And so Fitty's just got to user this. Because it looks like this guy's going to be running a go. So Fitty's got to cover this guy right here. Let's see what happens. So Fitty does that. Oh, who's he throwing to? Look at this guy. Look at that. So the ball's in the air right here. This guy, I mean, that's a pick 6 every time. What did he see there? Wow, let's go back and look at this. I want to see what he saw. So it happened over here. Let's watch this corner. What are you doing, Nate? Nate, what are you doing, kid? Look at that. You're winding up the throw. That guy's clearly there. There's no way you're gonna be able to fit it in that window. Alright? If anything, I mean, look at nobody's open. Literally nobody's. Maybe he is. But if you throw it here, yeah, this is just one of those plays where everyone's covered. You could have thrown it here, but I mean, I don't blame you that you didn't, but they're definitely not. So that's how that game went. Oakland ended up taking it down, and they advanced to the playoffs. And then after that, Nate had to play the Titans. Let's see how that game unfolded. And I checked, and Nate was up. It was, I think it was 14-10. He was going in to make it 21-10. Let's take a look here. So right now it's 7-3 to Chargers. Great unis, by the way, JT. So cover 3. Looks like he's a nickel. So JT, what's JT reading here? So when JT sees cover 3, he knows that he's going to have the flat somewhere. Somewhere, some way, somehow. He knows that the flat's going to be there. So he loves having a guy drag, and he loves hitting his running back in the flat. All right? So let's see what he does here. I'm not sure what he's going to do. Okay, so look. So he's got that flat. He's going to have this flat. What's he doing here? Is he hot run? So this guy's out. Okay. He should have this out right over here because it's one-on-one. Because this guy's going to have to occupy him. Unless these guys in all Madden will sometimes fly over here. It's ridiculous. Let's see what happens. All right, so dropping back to pass. He's looking like he's going to have this open. So he's going to, hey, if he hits this, this will be open. All right. This guy's going to do a whip route. Yep, so he's going to that out right away. Boom. Nice. There you go. So JT saw that the whole time. And do you want to know why he saw that? Let's take a look at some pre-play reads. All right, so he sees that it's just one-on-one out here. All right, normally if there wasn't a receiver right here, this guy would be spread out a little more, and he'd get this guy over here. But now, since there's 2 receivers on this side, that out route's going to be there all day. Okay? So let's just watch it unfold. Like, this cornerback never stood a chance. Never. Ever. Alright, so let's move on. So he's going no huddle. And let's see what he's looking at here. So it's still in cover 3. Oh, look at the... Oh, now Nate. Nate, what are you doing? So Nate switches to cover 2, and JT sees that. And JT probably came in his pants. Literally, JT just blew a load. So JT knows that Nate doesn't know how to play cover 2. So he knows that this post is going to be wide open. All right, because this guy is going to have over here this deep half, this deep half. So this middle needs to be covered. All right, this corner is going to have the flat. And so this guy is going to be covering this area. So let's see. Unless I'm completely wrong. So look, yeah. So what's going to happen is Nate's going to go to this guy. This guy's going to go right up here, and it's going to be a touchdown. Because see this safety? He's going this way to get square while this guy's getting the flat. That's cover 2. Look at that. See that? JT sees it. Right now, JT can just put the controller down and hit triangle with his big toe, and it's a touchdown. Oh my God, look at this. You see that? You see that? Look at that, all day. That's all day. Now, I mean, you can call that a cover 2 beater. You know, JT gets on everyone about these cover 3 beaters. Couldn't that be a cover 2 beater? Because let's watch. Because the safety's supposed to let him go. Because in real life, this guy runs with him. Yeah. You just got to play the middle. It is what it is. So, lesson learned, cover 2, that middle's going to be wide open. Alright? JT's going to kill you on it every time. So it's 10-7 right now. Let's see. Let me skip ahead here. All right. So it's 10-7. Chargers are on the Titans' 22-yard line. All right, I formation. Now let's see how he handles this. So JT is he's in a 3-4? Yeah, 3-4, I think. Josh back to pass. What's he doing here? Is it slants? So broken play. Wow. That's just luck. That's just luck. All right, so now he's going to go. He's passing. Oh, that's not a pick play? Look at this. Look at this. Watch this. Watch what this receiver does. Tell me that's not a pick play. Oh, that's a pick play. What play is that? Why stick? Wow, good pick play. Look at that. So it's 14-10. And 3:31 in the fourth. All right, so right now Nate is in cover 2, it looks like. I could be wrong, could be disguising it. All right, and so JT sees that, and he's like, okay, this kid hasn't been user in the middle all day. I know I got the middle. Let's see what happens. So let's see what Nate does here with his middle linebacker. So look, JT knows that this guy is going to go up here, cross the safety's face, and the middle is going to be wide open. And look, so the guy's doing it. So if that's a post, I think it's a big play. But this guy does an in, so that allows Nate to at least cover some ground. You know, if this guy runs a post route, Nate won't be able to cover it, but he runs an in, so Nate's still around there. So see what Nate does? Nate gets that middle. X is wide open. But what are you doing, JT? You have the check down. JT gets greedy and says, F it, I'm going to throw it into triple coverage. I'm going to lob it into triple coverage and see what happens. Because I think I'm that good. And that gets picked. So I'm not going to give Nate any credit. I'm going to give JT just blowing it. So it's 14-10 right now. All right, Nate the Great. He's moving the ball. All right. Moving the ball, 1st and 10, 14. Punch it in here, and put JT away. All right, toss right. Okay, nothing much there. Let's see what happens here. Oh, nothing. All right, handoff, untouched, touchdown. So it's 21-10, Nate. Nate the Great, 21-10. And JT's going into his no-huddle cheese. So JT is driven down to the inside the red zone. Pounds it in. He's going to score here. Oh, does he do his gay QB sneak? JT loves QB sneak down here, guys. Let's see if he does it. It's the worst play. No, he doesn't do it. Ooh, weight room. Someone's got to get in the weight room. Someone's got to get in that weight room. I don't know who it is, but I know it ain't me. All right, I got about 7 minutes left in this podcast. We're going to finish this game here. Derrick Henry, you got to get in that weight room, kid. 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal. What happens? So he goes no huddle. He goes, F it. I'm going 3rd and goal. Let's see here. That's so gay. He didn't get in? Wow. So JT, 4th and goal, says, you know what? I'm going for it. He goes, I'm going for it. I got nothing to lose. He's going to do QB sneak again. JT, guys, listen to me. He loves QB sneak down here. This is his play because he knows it's a cheese glitch play and it can't be stopped. It can't be stopped on 4th and goal from the 1. Oh, he doesn't do it. Gets outside. Derrick Henry doesn't need weight room. He's got speed, folks. So it's 21, and I assume he gets the 2, so it's going to be 21-18. So now it's Nate's ball. Oh, Nate, what did you do? All right, so Nate It's okay. It's 1st and 10. I'm on my own 32. 4:47 left in the game. All right. Tennessee's got all 3 timeouts left. All right. So here, it's still close. So you don't want to shoot. You don't want to get out of your game plan. So just want to be safe with the football. All right. So let's see what he does here. Hands it off to Melvin Gordon. That's fine. Let's choose some clock though. All right. All right, so here we go. He's going 5. All right, says, fuck it. I'm going 5 wides because that's what I do. I'm Nate. I go 5 wides at 2nd 11 with 4:23 in the 4th. Telling you right now, when you're playing JT or anyone good, you want to, if you're up in the 4th, run your plays, do your thing. But you know what? See that play clock? You want to chew that puppy down. You want to give these guys as less amount of time as you can. All right. So he goes 5 wides. JT looks like he's in cover 2. He could be disguising it, though. So the middle should be open. But JT understands that, so JT will probably cover the middle. All right, so what you want to do is send a post and send a drag, so he has to choose what he has to do. All right, and you have to kind of trick him. It's tough. It's a chess game with him. All right, so here we go. So he drops back to pass. JT has got him. JT's got his eye on this guy. He's even with him. So JT's waiting to see if there's going to be someone dragging across the middle. See him kind of trailing this guy? Almost baiting him to throw it? Let's see what happens. So JT says, you know what? I see... Oh, so he wasn't in cover 2. So he's in cover 3. So this guy... Well, maybe he might even be in cover fucking 4. Deep third, deep third, deep third. Alright? So JT knows that he can still mess around and cover this area while this is going to be covered up here. Because he might even be in cover 3 or cover 6. Because this guy's deep. Look how deep he is. If he was cover 2, he'd be milling around over here. All right, this guy's deep. So these guys are covering the deep third. I mean, all right. Oh no! So JT baited his ass, and that's what happens. All right, let's watch this from the beginning. Let's watch this from the beginning and see what happens. All right. Wow. Nate, you got. Nate got. Sorry, one more time, guys. I want to see this. I want to see. Oh, man, Nate. Nate. It's a split-second decision. So JT takes this. Whoa, what a play! Oh, man, that's back-to-back games. Nate just said, you know what? I don't want to win. You go ahead and win. So that was that, and JT ended up winning 25-21 and clinching a playoff berth. And that's it. So it was a great podcast. I appreciate everybody who listened. And that's that. Godspeed. Good luck in the playoffs. And that's all I have to say. Take care.